Yeah, you guys look like the entertainment. Like for a kids party. I'm doing so good. Welcome back to Lights On with Lebo. Now this is a show with shining a spotlight on the culture. Anyone that you should know or already know. Now superstars, hello. You see today I didn't forget to even greet y'all, How have you guys been? How have you guys been this Sunday or whatever day you're watching this on? Let me know in the comments below. Now, you might be wondering why the bucket hat? Okay, maybe you're not wondering, but I had to dust off the bucket hat because today we'll be talking about, dare I say, Mzansi's Met Gala, Durban July. If you were confused, because why are you confused? Like this is the biggest event of South Africa. Is it? Is it? I think it is. Now, I'm wearing polo because horse on horse. Hello Ralph, is that you calling? Anyway. So, the theme for this year was Marvels of Mzansi. Are you confused? You're not the only one. A lot of people were talking about superheroes on Twitter, and I was like, I don't think that's what Hollywood Bits had in mind, because they did take out a description. Let's read it together. So, it reads, a marvel is a moment, a person, or place that catches your breath with its beauty and grace. So yeah, judging from that description, you can read the rest, pause, read, tell me what you think about it. But judging from what was taken out, what was, that description, what Hollywood Bits had in mind, like it's like, actually, I wanna, take out an example. What Hope and Mbele wore in episode 2, well, in the season 2 premiere of Shaka Ilembe. And I actually talked about this look in episode 2 of Lights On. And remember when I said this is such an amazing look, I think gave it like an 8 out of 10 or 9. I don't remember properly. Go look in episode 2. But yes, I feel like if someone, had used this as like an inspiration, because I thought, maybe someone, would, like do this, like not, exactly this, but, they'd, like try to, like make it unique in their own way, but take this as inspiration. But I think someone did, but I have them under a particular segment. Let me actually break down, this episode. We have 5 segments. I put men, least favorite, unique, honorable mentions, and then most favorite. Did I say 4 or 5? Okay, it's 5. It's 5. Okay, there's 5 segments. So, let's get into it. It's the men. It is the men. I feel like my statement in episode 2 still stands, where I say that, the men just dressed as men, I guess. And really, men, I feel like you guys need to get it together at this point. Like, I feel like men are not giving as much as they could give. I feel like you guys are not, pulling your socks up. So pull those socks up. But anyways, I have 6 people. And 6th place is Mzukisi. Only because I really don't know where he was going. I don't feel like, okay, maybe if he explained it to me, like, if maybe he put like a description and I read that, this is what I'm going for. Maybe he already did and I just didn't see. But I don't know what you were going for. And yeah, so yeah, it's a no. It's a no. 5th is Bobby Blanco. I feel like it could be better. I feel like it could be better. I feel like he could have tried so much more, but I did like, the Zulu. Yeah, on the back of his, yeah, I don't, yeah, but yeah, it could be better. It could be better. 4th place, I'm putting Mitch because it doesn't look like it's for Durban July. I don't know. As we saw the theme, but does it look like it's on theme? Because I surely don't think it's on theme. But maybe if you think it's on theme, you could let me know in the comments. But yeah, I don't think it's on theme, so that's why I'm giving it number 4. And then number 3 is going to Sanele Mkhize. Sanele Mkhize is only on number 3 because I really liked how it looked. I still don't agree that it's for Durban July, but I like how it looks. It looks good. It looks yeah, it just looked good. But number 2, I am giving it to Masterpiece YVK because Masterpiece, it looked like it's going to Durban July. It looked like it's honoring the theme. It's something that's been done, but it's going to Durban July. You wouldn't, be like, where are you going? Are you going to a wedding? Are you going to a funeral? Are you going to, I know where he's going. I would have loved if, like the dog was replaced by, a leopard or something like that, just to, because he's already wearing like leopard pattern, so I feel like if he did that. But I mean, the dog, I mean, it's still, yeah, it's still, it still looked good. But number one, because he represented the boys so well and he had 3 outfits, is Uyanda. Because I feel like Uyanda listened, read the theme, and he paid attention to what it really means. For 3 outfits, like you're telling me that, the blue could symbolize oceans, it could symbolize, our beautiful oceans, and then the black and gold, he even said that it symbolizes the coal. Why am I? Coal. It symbolizes coal and gold, like, so that really, looked really good. And then the third outfit was a Nelson Mandela tribute, a Nelson Mandela honor. And I feel like, there's nothing more iconic than, our first black president in South Africa, So he really represented the men really well, and I feel like he should teach these men how to dress because these men are not giving. They are really they're struggling. Men struggle when it comes to honoring themes. They need to get it together. Like, we are over their nonsense. But yes, tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me if there's someone I missed, a man that I missed in the comments that you think like honored the theme, that you think honored the theme. And if you like my ranking, let me know. If you don't, let me know in the comments if you don't agree with my ranking. But anyways, let us get into the least favorites. The least were, there were some that were very questionable, I don't think you're going to Durban July, and I don't really know where you're going. Maybe your taxi is actually going to a kid's party. Maybe as like entertainment. But anyways, let's get into it. But I will say, before you hate me, the first 2, I feel like the first 2 that I'm gonna say are not, like least, but I don't think they really spoke to me, so, which is Gogos Kutini and Jojo Robinson. I don't really, like, oh no, don't hate me, but they tried. I will say they tried. For me, personally, they tried. They just there wasn't, that wow factor. Because I saw people, who really, really, really stood out. And I feel like, against them, they really didn't do, like, they didn't blow me away, and like, yeah. So I just feel like, those 2 were like, only in the least because, I just didn't know what to do with them. But anyway, now least is, I mean, I will start from okay to really bad. And first is Sima. Yeah, Sima just looked like she's going to a friend's party. Yeah, it just looked like she's going to a friend's party. I'm sorry, but it really did. And then it was Questa and Yolanda. Questa and Yolanda. That looked horrible. I'm sorry, that looked horrible. I don't know if it's the brown with the orange, or yeah, it just looked horrible. It just looked like, it didn't. And then the people who take the cap, there's 2 people who take the cap, and I just didn't know who wore the least, like who didn't honor. I don't know if, yeah, nah, they didn't even honor they didn't honor it. No, truth be told, they didn't honor it. It's Lebo and Kelly Kumalo. Yeah, I don't know what they were going for. Like, I am sorry, but yeah, you guys look like the entertainment. You know, like for a kids' party or something. Especially Kelly Kumalo, because hey, I don't know what she was wearing. I actually was like, I don't think, when I saw those pictures, I was like, I don't think she's going to the why do I keep saying Met Gala? I don't think she's going to Durban July. Like, it's not giving Durban July. It's not giving important event. Maybe if I got the inspiration behind it, but I still don't think my answer would change. Sadly, it is a no for both. I did see they were comparing Lebo Molex's outfit to like some candy, and I'm not gonna post that picture only because of the Kim Kardashian Met Gala incident. If you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, you need to be on social media more. But let me know in the comments who was your least favorite. Let me know if you actually think, that you're booing me and you think that, I might have been too harsh on them and you think they should be moved into, unique or most favorite, But yeah, now we are going to get into the unique, and to explain unique, unique is, I have no order. I don't put them in, an order because I just feel like they are so unique that they can't be ranked. They're so unique that I wanted to put them in, most favorite, but I'm like, they're just so unique. They're in their own lane, they deserve their own spotlight. The first unique is Nirvana Nokwe. Like, that is, I actually, oh my gosh, like there's just so much, to discuss with regards to this. Okay, there's not much, but I mean, there is, like, firstly, it reminded me of Nicki Minaj's Vava Voom music video. Yeah, it reminded me of that because, it was very similar to that. But I really like that, like it's a horse. It is, showing what Durban July is all about, hey, Ralph Lauren, Anyways, it's showing what Durban July is all about, horses, so she, decided to put that, into her outfit, and I like that, there's like, the red down on her, you know, dress. Yes, red. There's that red part that, like that just, like it just gave, the white, because it's purely white, but like you just, your eyes focus on that red, it just gives it, that pop, that color, I really like that, that little detail, like it's the little things, it's the little, details, that matter, like you wouldn't think, like they matter that much, but they really do be mattering that much. But another unique person was Anela Zondo. Anela Zondo was very unique. The hair, whoever did her hair, that was so amazing. That outfit is so amazing. It actually also goes with it's this Lindam Toga. Lindam Toga's outfit. It's kind of, the same thing, different font, but same design, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like, like they were both very unique, they were both, like, what's more South African than like a woven basket, or, things that are woven, like they took, that and they ran with it. They really ran with it. But I also want to talk about Eva Mudika, because it just gave tree, tree of life, because Africa, I might be reaching, but Africa, is mother, because you hear Oprah and them kiss the earth when they land here and they be like, I'm home, so Africa is like, the mother of the continent. I just feel like, it's the mother on earth, Africa is that mother on earth, and she gave that, but she also gave, the tree of life, like she just gave such a unique take on um this theme. Yes. There was also Steloshozi. I really liked that, it's giving bird, it's giving, it could even give the blue crane. Why not? Because it's blue. But anyway, it's giving, bird. And I liked, it's unique because I like that it even has, like the bottom part looked like a bird's tail. Like I don't know if you can see, but like it looks like a bird's tail. It's so unique. It's so, it's so, like it's made out of feathers, like it's so creative, like that bird's tail, like it's so creative. Like those little, I did say, details. Those details, they mean so much. And then another one was Somizi. Somizi, I did kind of battle, I battled because I don't. It's unique. What I will give is that it's unique. It's iconic because he is like an icon. He's like a gay icon in South Africa. I feel like, like he's like cemented himself as, like this legend in South Africa. So I mean, his take on, him being the marvel of Mzansi, literally. So that just, put him in the unique thing. But it also did remind me of Jaden Smith's outfit, so that's why it kind of threw me off, because I was like, I really am not vibing with, that black head thing, piece, whatever. So, but I mean, it still was unique. I mean, and then with Spogutle, I liked that it's so unique that, no one would dare think of using that bag, like imagine using that bag, as like a fashion statement, like that's how unique it was, so shout out to Spogutle for being yeah, and the designer. Shout out to the designer as well. I can't just say Spogutle. Shout out to Spogutle and the designer for actually thinking of that. It could actually just be the designer. But anyways, shout out to both of y'all for thinking so far ahead. Thinking outside of the box, because some of these people, they don't be thinking outside of the box. But you guys did, so thank you. So my final unique goes to Kujo Teledi, because what's more iconic than soccer in South Africa? Like, so many people love soccer. I mean, my uncle is one of them, but like so many people really love, like, this sport is loved in South Africa. Like, it's, I think, rugby and then soccer, or maybe even soccer is higher than rugby, but it's a loved sport. So I feel like she really showed you how to think outside of the box, like Spogutle, like this was such an amazing take at this theme. But anyways, tell me what you guys think about the unique category. Do you guys think that some didn't deserve to be in it? Or do you think, like there are a few that really deserve to be in it and I didn't even mention them? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, before we go into the most favorite, we are going to go into our honorable mentions. Now, I do want to say with Sarah Langa, what am I say, Langa? Sarah Langa. I feel like with her, I wanted to put her under unique. But I feel like I don't know. Like, I saw a lot of people liked it, and I was like, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the problem. I just feel like it's, yeah, like the idea behind it. Like Scottani and the Ultramel and everything. I mean, I really loved that. Like that's her thinking outside the box. That's why I wanted to put it under unique. But happy, for me, it's like it's just too busy. I don't know. Like, I just feel like the gold was just overpowering, I guess. I don't know. There was just something I just I can't put my finger on it, but there's just something wrong with it, like there's just something wrong. But there's under this category, there's DJ Lamise, I don't know how to say. Am I saying it properly? I think I'm saying it properly. I don't know. It's DJ Lamis, and her take, I like that she, honored Winnie Mandela. That was really such, a great honor. Like Winnie isn't being. I don't feel like she gets enough honor. So I feel like that was such a great thing to do. And then we had DJ Zintle. I really liked it. I just didn't think it belonged. But I really did like it. I liked the hat. I liked the whole outfit. I just don't think it belonged. But yeah, also Yolanda. I feel like this is such a step up from episode 2. Yolanda, this was so much better. I really liked it. I really liked, like the back that, like it represents, like a blooming flower, but it's also in gold, so, it's a gold flower, like it uses, flowers with, our natural resource, so I like that. And then I also like Pupo. It was nice. It was a good, take at the men, because yeah, the men really didn't represent well. Other than you Uyanda. Other than Uyanda. But yeah, I feel like with Pupo, it reminded me of what Mihlalinda Masewo, which I will be getting into. But yeah, it reminded me of what Mihlalinda Masewo. So I feel like it's either they used the same designer or it was just a coincidence. But yeah. Anyways, let us get into what we've all been waiting for. We are going to talk about our most loved. We are going to talk about our favorite. We are going to talk about people who really, really, really knew what to do with this theme. Okay, so let's get into the most loved. I put Sign Bougie on 6th place and the 6th place because I really don't think it was on theme, but I really liked it. Like, and that is why it's under most loved. I feel like I liked it. I really loved that outfit. It just wasn't on theme. But anyways, 5th place was Kosi Twala. I know some of you might be like, oh, but it was so simple and whatever. But I like also the photo shoot she did. I like that she, put it, in the wild, with the leopards, walking all around, and like she's just in a jungle, and like it's like, like it's so pretty, it's so, yeah. I really love that outfit. I really love that outfit. I really love that outfit. But okay, and on 4th place it was Naliani Uma. With Naliani, it really was giving very much Telo Shozi, which honestly I feel like they'd swap, but I really like Sotelo under Unique because it really was unique. And then with Naliani, if I'm saying it right or wrong, I don't know. But Naliani, it was, still, pretty, it was, the feathers and everything. And yeah, there's really not much to say about that one. But yeah, it was still, a good, thing. But now it's time for our top 3, like our top 3. These are outfits that I am screaming because what, like these are the best dressed. I feel like these are the best dressed for me personally. I feel like if you don't agree with what I say right after here, then you need to tell me in the comments what you think is your best dressed. But my best dress coming in at number 3 is Faith and Getty. A lot of people weren't feeling it. I don't know if a lot of people weren't feeling it, but I did see like a few negative comments, people calling it tinfoil and whatever. And I just feel like it's so pretty, like down to her makeup, like it eats the hair, the makeup, and the dress. Like people said they don't like the bottom half. I like it all. Like I just love that, like it's like it's like gold, like it's gold, but it's soft, because apparently gold is soft, I don't know if that's true, but apparently gold is soft, so it could be that, or like it could be, them melting the gold, but it's just a pretty outfit, it's a pretty outfit. And then number two for me was Mihlali Ndamase. Mihlali was gold also. It was gold. You could even see that she's under mine. It looked like she's under mine. Yes. So she's under mine, and it actually kind of reminded me of Beyonce's Mugler outfit, for Sweet Dreams. And yeah, so that was a nice outfit. There was a good outfit, there was a beautiful outfit, and the hair also eats, like Mihlali really brought it down. But number one for me personally was because I saw a lot of Proteas, but honestly, Tando Tabete, she really, like, it wasn't just even Protea, because the others, like, yeah, man, they really gave like Protea, but like the Protea was so overpowering and I just didn't like it or something. But Tando Tavete put so much effort into, her design, into her outfit, like the Proteas are on the shoulder, and then we have like the blossom, behind her, and then like it's just, such a lovely outfit, and she's so beautiful, she takes the cap, she really, 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 really devoured, she ate. Wabo. I would say 10 minus 2, but it's a 10. There's no minus. There is no minus to this. It's a 10. So these are my most loved. If you don't agree, again, let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what you think about all these rankings. If you think that I actually am talking rubbish for you, if I'm talking rubbish for you and you feel like, these are your picks, let me know in the comments. Don't be shy, let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for staying and watching till the end with me. So this is the end of our journey, and I guess I will see you guys next Sunday. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and share this video. Share to everyone that you know. Don't be shy to share. Sharing is caring. But yeah, thank you so much, and bye, superstars.